The phone buzzed on the kitchen counter, its screen glowing like a beacon in the dim morning light. I froze, coffee mug halfway to my lips, as the name Lila flashed across it. My wife's phone left carelessly beside the sink. A text preview flickered. Last night was unreal. Can't stop thinking about you. My stomach lurched, a cold fist twisting inside. Lila was upstairs, still asleep after her girls' trip, her suitcase abandoned by the door, zipper half open, spilling a tangle of clothes that smelled faintly of unfamiliar cologne. I set the mug down, the ceramic clinking too loudly against the counter. My hands trembled as I reached for her phone, guilt prickling at my fingertips. It's nothing, I told myself. A friend, a joke, a typo. But the text burned into my retinas, each word a splinter under my skin. I swiped the screen, her passcode, our anniversary, 0417, unlocking it with a soft click. The message thread loaded, and my breath caught. Your trouble, Lila had written back, followed by a winking emoji. My chest tightened, the air in the room suddenly too thin. The house was quiet, save for the hum of the fridge and the distant drip of the bathroom faucet. I scrolled upward, each message a new cut. Miss you already. From someone named Jay. That dance floor moment, damn. Followed by a photo of Lila, her hair wild, laughing under neon lights, a man's arm around her waist. My vision blurred, not from tears but from the sheer weight of what I was seeing. I wanted to scream, to hurl the phone against the wall, but instead, I stood rooted, my heart pounding like a drum in a silent theater. Last week, Lila had been all smiles, packing for her trip to Miami with her college friends. Just a weekend to unwind, she'd said, her voice light, her hazel eyes catching the sunlight as she folded her favorite sundress. I'd believed her. Why wouldn't I? 10 years of marriage, 2 kids, a mortgage, a life built on trust, or so I thought. But there were signs, weren't there? The late-night texts she'd angle away from me, the way she'd linger in the bathroom with her phone, the sudden need for space she'd mentioned last month, her voice soft but edged with something I couldn't name. I heard the creak of the stairs and shoved the phone back onto the counter, my pulse racing. Lila appeared, her hair mussed, wearing my old t-shirt that hung loose on her frame. Morning, she mumbled, rubbing her eyes, oblivious to the storm brewing inside me. I forced a smile, my lips tight, and handed her a coffee. How was the trip? I asked, my voice steady despite the chaos in my head. Fun, she said, sipping the coffee, her gaze darting to her phone. Just girls stuff, you know. Dancing, beach, too many margaritas. She laughed, but it sounded hollow, like a note played off key. I nodded, my eyes tracing the faint flush on her cheeks, wondering if it was guilt or just the morning chill. The day unraveled slowly, each moment a thread pulling tighter around my chest. I watched her closely, too closely. The way she avoided her phone, leaving it face down on the table. The way she flinched when I asked about her friends, her answers vague, her smile brittle. By evening, the kids were asleep, and we sat on the couch, the TV droning in the background. I couldn't take it anymore. The silence between us was suffocating, heavy with unspoken truths. Lila, I said, my voice low. We need to talk. Her eyes flicked to mine, wide and wary, like a deer caught in headlights. About what? She asked, her tone too casual, her fingers twisting the hem of her shirt. I took a breath, the words clawing their way out. I saw the texts. From Jay. Who is he? The room seemed to shrink, the air crackling with tension. Her face paled, her lips parting, but no sound came. For a moment, I thought she'd deny it, spin a story, but then her shoulders slumped, and she looked away, her eyes glistening. It's not what you think, she whispered, her voice trembling. It was just a fling. A stupid mistake. I was drunk and it didn't mean anything. Each word was a blade, slicing through the fragile trust we'd built. I wanted to believe her, to cling to the life we had, but the image of that photo, her laughter, his arm, burned in my mind. A mistake? I echoed, my voice rising despite myself. You're texting him like it's more than that. You're smiling in those pictures, Lila. Like you're happy. My hands clenched into fists, not from anger but from the ache of betrayal, the fear that I'd lost her long before this moment. She stood, pacing, her hands raking through her hair. I don't know what I was thinking, okay? I felt trapped. The kids, the routine, this house, it's all so much sometimes. I needed to feel alive again. Her words stung, not because they were cruel but because they were honest, raw, a confession of a truth I'd ignored. I stood too, the distance between us vast despite the small room. So what now? I asked, my voice cracking. You want out? You want him? My heart pounded, dreading her answer, but I needed to hear it. She stopped pacing, her eyes meeting mine, filled with tears and something else, regret, maybe, or pity. No, she said softly. I don't want him. I think we should take a break. Be friends maybe until I figure this out. The words hit like a punch, stealing my breath. Friends. After a decade, after everything, she wanted to reduce us to that. I laughed, a bitter, broken sound. Friends, I said, stepping closer, my voice low and sharp. You don't get to betray me, lie to me, and then ask to be friends. Actually, I paused, the weight of my next words settling in my chest. I think you should leave. Her eyes widened, shock replacing the tears. What? You can't mean that, David. This is our home. Her voice rose, panicked, as if she hadn't expected me to push back, to draw a line. I do mean it, I said, my voice steady now, fueled by a clarity I hadn't felt in months. You broke us, Lila. You don't get to decide how we fix it. The room spun, the reality of my words sinking in. I didn't want her to go, not really, but I couldn't live with the ghost of her betrayal haunting every corner of our home. She stared at me, her mouth open, tears streaming down her face. Then, without another word, she grabbed her phone and stormed upstairs. I heard the suitcase zipper, the rustle of clothes, the slam of drawers. Each sound was a nail in the coffin of our marriage. When she came back down, her face was a mask of anger and pain. She didn't look at me. The front door slammed, and the house fell silent, save for the echo of her absence. I sank onto the couch, the weight of it all crashing over me. The kids would wake up tomorrow, asking for her. I'd have to explain, somehow, without breaking their hearts. But as I sat there, staring at the phone she'd left behind, a new message lit up the screen. Lila, you okay? I'm here. From Jay. My stomach twisted, but this time, it wasn't just pain. It was resolve. I picked up the phone, my thumb hovering over the reply button, and typed, "She's gone. Don't contact her again." I hit send, my heart racing, knowing this wasn't the end, but it was a start.